Cool. So, for everyone that is not here and doesn't know your face, who am I sitting with?
My name is Mobeen Mian, aka Mr. Focused, owner of the brand, motivational brand Focused, #Focused. That's who I am, that's what I do. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a visionary, I'm a creative. I love collaborating with individuals. I'm always on the move. I feel like there's no time to relax. There's always time you gotta move and connect with new individuals and innovate and create.
Have you always been that way?
I feel like just being around different people and being around different environments and stuff like that, it's always been an attraction for me to meet new people, create new ideas, get a different experiences out of different backgrounds you go into. So whether it comes to creative backgrounds, artistic backgrounds, musical backgrounds, educational backgrounds, religious, everything like that has a role into shaping who you are as an individual, so just being that way essentially has always shaped my influence.
Do you feel like your brand kind of shapes who you are today?
My brand definitely has an impact of who I am. I wouldn't say it is exactly who I am. It's definitely a portion of who I am. I feel like there's so much more to being somebody and being creative, creating multiple things, being an entrepreneur, a visionary. I feel like a brand could be a portion and also be the face of somebody at the end of the day. Just depends how you take it. I personally think that brand is definitely a movement. I wouldn't put a face to my brand. I definitely think it's a movement. I want it to shape other people's lives.
What kind of movement is it for those who don't know it?
Definitely a positive movement. I think anything you do, any project, whether it be musical, artistic, through videos, photos, social media, doing events, doing networking, collaborating with individuals, making t-shirts, making hats, merchandise, I feel like it comes with a positive message. So focused with 3 Ds: desire, dedication, and devotion. So every project, every content, every creative thought comes with a positive motivational outlook to it. So just through that, it creates a sense of diversity. Also, it creates a sense of accomplishment and success through positive thoughts and positive actions.
I love that. If I'm correct, and please correct me if I'm wrong, you started this back in 2017?
Yes, ma'am. 2017, July. Yes, ma'am.
July.
Yeah.
So you just came about your 3rd year, right?
Yes, ma'am. Consistently been had, before all the COVID stuff, even with COVID, we've had certain small stuff, but with COVID had successful events, consistently the past 3 years, consistent projects.
What kind of events and projects do you have?
Definitely networking events. It all has a message of networking and creating a sense of involvement out of everybody in the social society and social atmosphere that we're in. So it could be events from going to school at kids, having positive messages, doing seminars with kids. So me and the team, we would go and we'd talk about, maybe it'd be a career day. They'd invite us, especially through our brand, and talk about it. We'd go and we'd have canned food drives for the community. So being in downtown Carrollton, downtown Dallas, we've had multiple events where we've raised canned foods for the homeless people through MetroCrest. We've partnered with different organizations to come be vendors and be supporters. So canned food drives, just school drives. We've also had some club shows for music artists. We've always have artists and creators within our events and always be a part of it. Share their sense of positivity through their voice and their message and through their own brand. Events are still ongoing. We're still going to keep on continuing them going. God bless keep all the COVID situations smooth, but that's essentially the goal for me and the team.
So I know you pretty much said your thought process is kind of how you came up with Focus, but as far as way back in 2017, is there any possible way you remember the day that you created the name?
July 17th, 2017. It was July 17th. I remember that day because I was, before I launched my brand, I wanted to create a video, a positive message, and I was producing, I was editing the video, and I said, you know what, I can officially tell people I got the brand. We have established a brand on this day when we released the video. And the day we released it, it was good views, good feedback, and it's just been consistent since then. So July 17th till today, it's been a consistent movement. I do hope to keep on continue to elevated, if anything.
What keeps making you want to continuously elevate?
The fact that people feel happy through the projects that we do. So every project that we do, it's helping somebody. So the sense of helping other people, motivating other people, inspiring other people through the determination, through desire, dedication, devotion, just through those things, people are feeling happy and people are able to establish their own brand and establish their own identity and understand who they are as well. So seeing that and watching an artist grow from ground zero to being finally on stage performing for the first time, or an athlete who had his first match versus his last match and how much he's improved. So capturing all those moments, capturing all those feedback of people gives a sense of motivation and gives a sense of encouragement for also other people around the community and around the society. So keeping motivated just on those projects is keeping me consistent.
Man, you have a lot to say about everything, but I love it because it kind of demonstrates how much not only are you dedicated to this brand, but how much you know about what you're doing.
Appreciate that.
So what would you say are like the top 3 things, or give me 1 or 2 things that you've learned either through personal growth or like business-wise while curating this brand?
Sure, it's definitely about consistency. You know, I've definitely seen entrepreneurs start their business, keep it consistent just through how much they put in work. And me watching that, me being around individuals who did the same thing, it made me think like, okay, the thing that's working for them, yeah, they may not be the best, yeah, they may not be the most popular, the most famous in the society, but what's keeping them most active and still relevant, still keeping their business up, still being able to collaborate with new individuals is their consistency. So regardless of what happens, you know, like they're still pushing their brand or pushing their movement day by day. They never lose sight of it. You know, they never lose sight of a message or a movement. They keep on keeping it pushing and pushing and pushing. And I feel like the more you push, the more you motivate yourself, the more money you put in, the more time you put in, the more dreams you put in, the more stuff you write out, the more stuff you jot down, the more people you move around with who are on the same mission, the more it keeps it consistent. So definitely consistency, hard work, and dedication. All 3 of those things, and desire, dedication, and devotion, all 3 of those things definitely play a role into keeping a brand pushing.
And renewing it.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff that it kind of takes to keep yourself on the scene nowadays.
Right.
So what are some things that, you know, you've had to tell yourself maybe when things have gotten hard as far as keeping things going? And consistency.
Yeah.
That's not
right,
easy.
Right. Consistency and keeping focus on one goal is you bring yourself back to the foundation, why you even created it. You know, like I made my brand through my ideas and my thoughts, collaborating with the people who were next to me. And the reason why we created it is because I have a sense of motivation and positivity amongst not only myself, but the people around me and the people who go with it. So when somebody feels like they're about to fail, they don't feel like they want to try anymore, you got to understand and come back to why you started in the first place. And I could say that in anything. I could say that in relationships. I could say that in friendships. I could say that in business, school. Why'd you even go to school? Why'd you even go to, you know, get in a relationship? Why'd you even start your business brand? You got to think back to the reason. So I feel like pushing a brand and pushing it when you feel like giving up, you got to understand what the purpose was in the first spot. You know, and if you personally feel like you really can't do it, then you got to educate somebody else who can keep it pushing if you really cared about it. You know, so keeping that consistency and that heart that you had for it, I definitely feel like it's a plus in anything that you do.
Right.
You know?
And just because I will be putting your personal on this, if that's okay with you, I do want to touch on how you were a boxer.
Oh yeah.
Do you still do that now?
I actually do. I actually still box. Obviously, because of COVID, I haven't had a fight, but I've been fighting for 7 years. My record's 22-8. Went to the Nationals, won the Golden Gloves in Dallas. So in 2014, so that was a while ago. Went to Nationals in 2017. So been consistent at it. I do hope it's one of my side hobbies that really got me in the brand in the first spot. I've been boxing since I was a kid, you know, so it gave me the idea. My coach would always tell me, stay focused. I'd lose a fight, I'd come back the next day, and he'd be like, why are you here? I'd be like, man, I just gotta stay focused. And he said, yeah, that's right, you gotta stay focused. So that just stuck to my mind, like, despite failure, despite getting, hurt a little bit, despite losing in front of hundreds of people, you come back. I came back, and just like that, anybody gotta come back, and just pretend like they gotta keep pushing, so that's how it started, and that's how boxing really shaped my influence into my brand.
Right, and that's why I kind of want to touch on that, because I knew that boxing had something to do with, how, what's the right way to say that? How much you can harvest on these 3Ds that you have to focus.
Right.
Focused in general, because
Right.
boxing is something that you don't see every day. It's not something someone just picks up out of nowhere.
Right.
So just to hear you be consistent throughout boxing, and then hear all your achievements, and then how it really led into focus, I think it shows a lot of people that you don't know what it's going to be in your life that could influence you to start something else.
Exactly. I feel like that's important, and being able to understand why you come back is the reason why you're coming back. You got to think about it. Why you want to go back? What started you in the first spot? How motivated were you to be the best you can be? Was that your motivation? And if it wasn't, why not? Maybe you have to divert your attention towards something, and you have to focus on something else. Understand who you are as a person as well. Definitely has a lot to do with understanding your worth. I feel like worth is a huge thing in any situation.
For sure. So what would you say is like if you had to give an overall message for focus, what would it be?
We coming. We just getting started. We've been around for a while. I do hope to keep on keeping it pushing with my team, and overall message is stay focused, really, in anything that you do, whether it be school, whether it be sports or relationship, friendship, your family, kids, anything that's coming up, you got to stay focused. And if you lose your attention, it's okay. It's natural. Nobody's saying you're bad for losing your focus, but once you do, come back to understand what kept you focused in the first spot, what kept you loving what you love, who you love in the first spot, so realizing that, I feel like would definitely divert somebody's focus back to where its original spot.
Is there a way to put in words on how far focus can take you?
Unlimited. The sky's the limit. I feel like anything, the sky's the limit, We all have potential to be the greatest. Shoot, even, the highest of the highest got potential to be even better. So I feel like there's no cap on it. There's no limit on how good a brand can be, how good focus can be, how good somebody could be within. Just because it's unlimited out there. There's so much out there. There's so many new individuals out there. So many, like-minded people out there who can elevate, and we can elevate together, create this diversity, create attention and focus together, and grow collectively, not individually.
Right. So when people go to the focus page, what is your idea of how they feel or what they see when they get on there?
Definitely a sense of motivation, positive lingo, bright colors. I like, having people essentially love opening up about who they are, talking about who they are, stories about people, life events about people, what made them feel certain ways, why they feel a certain way, and understanding everybody's different story keeps people in tune of, that we're all human, we're all people who can be better, be the best who we can be,
So ultimately anybody is welcome to.
Anybody's welcome, all ages, no filter, nothing, kids, adults, old people as in elderly people, anybody who can have a sense of, growing together and have a positive mindset. Even people with a negative mindset coming to the page, it will create a sense of positivity, saying that things are possible. It's not the end.
Where would you say you see yourself in 5 years with by on your own or with Focus or just in general?
I would say definitely expanding on whatever I'm doing now. Whether it be school, boxing, Focus, family, relationships, anything. Just doing it a million times more, doing it on a larger scale, doing it because it's something I love to do. Love to stay around collaborating with people. So understanding different backgrounds, being diverse, traveling the world, traveling new spots, new areas I haven't been to, are all have been goals, and I've been slowly checking them off my list, slowly checking them off. So continue to do that and staying focused and positive.
Well, I'm certainly excited to see that. That was my last official question.
Thanks.
But I do want to give you kind of like an open mic situation for you to either give shout outs or, say something that you didn't get to say and you wanted to say,
Right.
or just anything in general that you kind of want people to know.
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to thank Dallas TV. This is Dallas TV for giving me the opportunity to even talk about myself. So, big shouts to them. I definitely want to thank my family, my friends, my team, my video team, my event team, photography, shirts, t-shirts, everybody who's been putting in work to make it happen. Is definitely a plus. And, on top of it all, like, whatever you do, whatever you put your mind to, put your all in. If you don't put your all in, then you can't say that you gave it your all. You got to put your all in for you to say that you gave it your 100. So staying focused and being ready for any obstacle or adversity that comes in the way. I feel like you got to be willing to fight, and fight till you keep going, fight till you make it.